Barakatayah, Barakatayah Rashai. Um, all praise go to the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Rashai, and double honors to the Apostle of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim out there. Speaking knowledge, wisdom, understanding on the four corners on the earth, and that the topic is it's just telling the origins of the so-called white man Esau, and basically this video is going to be about is how the characteristics of the white man, and to prove that this is a white man, how Esau is a white man, So with that, I'm gonna get into some scriptures. So, all right, now it's gonna be in the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, and I'm gonna start the 21st verse. It says, "And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife. He asked his wife. He asked the Lord, because she was barren, because Rebecca, she was barren. Her womb was closed. She couldn't have kids, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebecca, his wife, conceived." So, when Isaac asked the Lord to, for Rebecca to become, for her to become unbarren and for her to get pregnant, it was granted to him. It says 22nd. It says, "And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? So Rebecca said to the Lord, to Yahweh, if I'm pregnant, then why is all this going on in my belly? Because, twins fight in the womb sometimes. You have cases of that, It says, and she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb. And two nations are Esau, the so-called white man, and Jacob, which the 12 tribes descended from, which is the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, And and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So two totally different spirits is going to be manifest as they grow. Esau is the wicked, the son of wicked, and Jacob is the son of the promise, the righteous, Says, and the one shall be stronger than the other people, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, because our people, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are stronger than the white man, physically, mentally, and spiritually, So we all, some examples is we the best in sports. You got Judah. Judah is a tribe. Jakes, they dominate. Basketball, football. You got the Northern Kingdom, which is the Latin tribes, Native Americans. They dominate in soccer. We dominate the music industry. The movie industry. You got the best actors: Denzel Washington, Will Smith. What else? We just, we created like all these things, all these ideas, like the refrigerator, the what else? The car came from the so-called black man. So, our ingenuity we got is from the Most High, because He said we'll be a special people unto Him. A holy people, which means separate from all the nations. And it says, and the elder shall serve the younger. Yeah, and the elder shall serve the younger. So Esau is serving us right now as we speak. Esau is the oldest son. Slaki. Because at the end of times, becoming in end times, like in Second Esdras, let me get that real quick. Second Esdras 6:9 says, For Esau is the end of the world, because the world is about to end soon. The Lord Yahweh Shai is about to come back and make his second coming. And Jacob is the beginner of it that followed, because we were Abraham, starting on Abraham, he's a father of the promises, because we're gonna rule for prosperity forever, for eternity, after all this madness is coming upon us, because we were the ones that were supposed to rule this earth in the first place, But Esau, we sin and transgress against the Most High, and Esau, the Most High granted to Esau, which is the base of all men. You know, he the lowest of the lowest. You know, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in the room. So they were fraternal twins, Jacob and Esau. You know, because one, I'm gonna get into it. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. So back in ancient times, they dyed their garments red. You know, so they were comparing Esau. He was so red that they compared him to a garment. You know, because his blood shows forth through his skin. It's translucent. You can see the blood through his skin. You know, because he don't have no melanin. You know, and there were twins in his womb, and they call his name Esau. Now, when Esau was born, Ishashua said, when Esau was born, Isaac said Ishashua, which means wasted away is he, because his pigmentation was wasted away and have no melanin. You know, that's why he was so red, because, you know, his blood, you can see his blood through his skin, you know. After that, his brother came out. Now, they don't mention Jacob because he was melanated like the rest of the other people. It was normal, you know, because it's 18 nations, and it's only one nation on earth that don't have no melanin, which is the so-called white man. You know, the original Chinese, Japanese, and Asians, Arabs, they are dark-skinned people, very dark-skinned people. You know, but Esau the so-called white man, he doesn't put that in his media because he doesn't want you to know that. You know, he wants to feel comfortable because he knows he's the only one that's cursed on the earth. You know, and his hand took hold. I'm finishing 26. And his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80. Now, a score is old English. A score is 20 years. So Isaac, now 20. If you count 23 times, that's 60. So he was 60 years old when they had Jacob and Esau. You know, when Isaac was 60 years old. Jacob is Isaac's father, of course. Was 60 years old when he had Esau and Jacob. You know, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. So Esau, he was very, you know, deceitful in the wilderness. You know, I don't know if y'all see them shows like you know, Man vs. Wild. They use them little beats, the little you know, to make it seem like they're a real bird, so they can come to the bird, so the bird can come to them and they kill them, or they put on animal blood, you know, to attract the other animals during mating season, so the other animals is attracted to the blood and scent. They'll come and Esau, the so-called white man, will kill them. You know, so that's cunning. That's an example of cunning. A cunning hunter, a man of the field. So he was always outside of the field, like if I watch that Bear Grylls, Man vs. Wild, you know, he's Esau is like that. You know, he's always outside. He's always going to the wilderness. He's always going to the outbacks. You know, it's just these scriptures just fits so-called white man to a T. You know, there's no way he can say this is not the white man that the Bible is talking about. You know, and Jacob was a plain man. Plain man, just, you know, chill. You know, like most Jakes, we chill. You know, we humble, we mellow. You know, we quiet. You know, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So we was always chilling. You know, chilling in tents. You know, always you know, not doing so much. Always at home. You know. 28 verse. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. Venison is like the deer meat. But Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob saw the potters, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. Now, Esau, he was tired. And like I said in another video, previous video, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same bread pottage. And the pottage was the meat, you know, but it was red because it was uncooked. It wasn't all the way done. You know, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom, because he ate the meat raw. It wasn't cooked. So that's why his name was changed to Edom, which means red. You know, And Jacob said, "Sell me this day your birthright." Now the birthright was the elders back in ancient times. The oldest son always got the promise. The birthright. You know, but in this specific case, the scripture said that the elder shall serve the younger. So it was all prophecy to begin with. So that's another spiritual because Jakes, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, so called, we like to hustle. We like to even though it's wicked, but that's just part of our lineage that we was always hustling. We always found some way to get some money. And Jacob, hustled out Esau, the so-called white man, so to speak. And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point." This is the 32nd verse, 25 and 32. And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?" So Esau didn't have respect for his birthright. He thought it was just nothing. He didn't have no integrity for his birthright. So he just was basically la la la. And he swore unto him, he sold his birthright to Jacob. So he sold the promise to Jacob. So that's why all these Edomites, the so-called white men, is putting all that wrath upon the nation of Israel because, Jacob, Jacob had the promise from the beginning. Esau didn't. So Esau is mad because his dumb ass sold his birthright to Jacob, which was all prophecies to begin with. So you can't get mad at that. You gotta get mad at the Most High because He set that up. You can't get mad at the children, because they're more talented, spiritually talented than you. Then this is the 34th verse. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau departed despised his birthright. So despise me, hated. So Esau, so-called white man, he hated his birthright. He didn't like his birthright. Now I'm gonna jump down to Genesis 30:27, and 27 and 39. I'm 36. It says, and he said, "It is not he rarely named Jacob, for he shall have supplanted me these 2 times." So Jacob in Hebrew means Jacob, means the supplanter. So he set him up basically for Esau. He set up Esau for his own destruction. But there's a lot of camps out there that say that's wicked. But the Most High was with Jacob the whole time. So that was the wicked. And the son of the wicked is Esau himself. You see all the atrocities he's done to us, and seeing he don't have no respect for us. He's put all his wrath upon us. So why you still respect Esau if he's killed many of your ancestors? He supplanted me 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he have taken away my blessing. And he said, "How thou hast not reserved a blessing for me." So Esau was talking to Isaac because Isaac was old. He was getting blind and stuff. So matter of fact, let me jump down to that. I'm sorry, the first verse on Genesis 27. And it came to pass that first when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim. So Isaac was old. He was getting blind. So that he could not see. He called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, "My son." And he said unto him, "Behold, here I am." And he said, "Behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver." Quiver is like the little sack that you put the bows in, the arrows. And go out to the field and take me some venison. Venison is deer meat. So Isaac told him, Esau, to go out and get him some deer meat, and make me savory meat such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. So Isaac told Esau to go get him some meat before he died, And Rebekah, which is Esau's and Jacob's mother, and Rebekah heard and Isaac spoke to Esau, his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison. deer meat, and to bring it. In verse 6, and Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau, thy brother, saying, Bring me venison and make me savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord before my death. So Rebekah was telling Jacob that I heard your father talking to Esau, saying, you know, go give me some meat, and go fetch me some meat, and I'll give you your birthright, and before Isaac dies, because he didn't know when he was going to die, And Jacob, verse 11, and Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, Behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man. So Esau, so-called white man, is known to be hairy. So that's just a characteristic itself that fits with Esau, so-called white man. And I am a smooth man. Jacob was smooth because Jacob was a so-called black man. The Negro tribes, which is Judah, Levi, and Benjamin, all our tribes are smooth, but just speaking on particularly the tribe of Judah, so-called Negroes, our skin is smooth, so that fits, that's another characteristic of us, My father peradventure will feed. This is verse 12. My father peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. So, Jacob told his mother, saying, Isaac, his father, would fill him, and he will feel that he's smooth because Isaac is hairy. Esau is hairy. So he will know the difference between Esau and Jacob, even though he's blind, but he will know the difference, And verse 13, and his mother said unto him, Upon be thy curse, my son, only obey my voice and go fetch me from. So, Rebekah said, told Jacob to obey me, because the prophecy to begin with was the elder shall serve the younger, So it was all prophecy. So she had to follow that because the Most High talked to her, said that she she'll be the elder shall serve the younger, And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother, and his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. So Jacob went to get some meat, and he cooked it just how Jacob's father Isaac loved the meat, And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her eldest son. So, Esau was hairy, so he took, all the stuff, that equipment Esau liked to wear, like weapons and stuff like that. And she put the skins of the kids of the goat. So they skinned the goat. Rebekah skinned the goat and put it on Jacob, so it makes it seem like he's Esau. Upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob told Isaac, his father, he was like, Here I am. And Isaac was like, Who are you? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau. So Jacob, lied to his father, said he is so-called white man, Esau. Your firstborn I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, my deer meat, that thy soul may bless me. So, Isaac, Jacob said, I'm your firstborn. So, here's the deer meat, where's my blessing, basically, so to speak. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? So he said to Jacob, How have you found the deer meat so quick? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me, which, well, we can say that because spiritually he was with Jacob in the first place, so he brought, through the spirit of his mother, Rebekah, And Isaac said to Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I might feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Esau his father, and he felt him and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. So he said, because Isaac was blind, he couldn't see. He said, he got the voice of Jacob, my son Jacob, but you feel like Esau, you know. Um, and he discerned him not because his hands were hairy as his brother's Esau's hands, so he blessed him. So he didn't despise who Jacob was. He didn't tell him to go away because he thought it was Esau. And he said, "Art thou my very son Esau?" And he said, "I am." So Isaac asked Jacob, "Are you my son?" And Jacob said, "Yeah," which he wasn't. And he said he wasn't Esau. And he said, "Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison dear me, that my soul may bless thee." And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said to him, "Come near now, and kiss me, my son." And he came near and kissed him, and smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, "See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which the Lord hath blessed." So Isaac gave Jacob the blessing, saying, "You smell like the man in the field," which was Esau's blessing, the characteristics. It's like you. Therefore, the Most High gave thee of the dew heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. So the prophecy, the blessing that Isaac gave Jacob was he would have all the cattle, all the farms, all the fatness of the earth, own everything. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. So the nations was supposed to bow. Well, they was back then, but now they're not because we sinned. But they were bound down to us. We were the judges of the other nations. The 12 tribes of Israel. And let thy brother's sons bow down to thee, and cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth you. So, so anybody that comes against the nation of Israel, they're going to be put to death because we're the children, we are the judges, and we're the chosen, we're the Most High's chosen people, And it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of the blessing Jacob was just scarce going out. So Jacob hurried up and left before Esau came back, from the presence of Isaac, his father, that Esau, his brother, came in from his hunting. And he saw that, and he also had made savory meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, "Let my father rise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me." And Isaac his father said to him, "Who are you?" So Isaac was like, "Who are you? I just blessed you, Esau." And he said, "I am your son, your firstborn Esau." And Isaac trembled very exceedingly. He said, "Who?" So I was like, "What? Where is he that have taken venison and brought it to me, and have eaten of all that before thou camest, and have blessed him? Yea, and he shall be blessed." So he was like, who's the one that came to me and said that I'm you? And when Esau said the words of his father, he cried with a great exceeding bitter. So he cried because he lost his birthright. And Isaac already gave the blessing away. And said unto his father, "Bless me even also, my father." And he said, "Your brother came with stability and have taken away your blessing." So he came, Esau, he ran Esau out of his birthright. He hustled him, so to speak. And he said, "It is not he rightly named Jacob, for he has supplanted me with these 2 times. He took away my birthright, behold, now he hath taken away my blessing." And he said, "Hast thou not received a blessing from me?" So Esau told his father Isaac, Jacob took my birthright, so can I have at least something? At least a blessing or something? And Isaac, 37 verse, and Isaac answered and said to Esau, "Behold, I have made him your Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for service, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now with thee, my son?" Esau said unto his father, "Hast thou but one blessing, my father?" So Esau told Esau, like, "Do I at least have one blessing? Bless me even also, O my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So he cried because he know he didn't have a blessing, which will be to rule for eternity, 39th verse. It says, "And Isaac his father answered and said to him, Behold, your dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth." So what's the fatness of the earth in today's day? He owns everything. He got he got all the businesses. He owns the music industry, the movie industry. He got stocks and bonds. You know, he owns the NATO and the IEU, EU. You know, he owns what else? The international bankers own everything. You know, they own lands and everything. Basically they own everything. And of the dew of heaven from above, they they own the satellites. In space. The NASA. You know, and by thy sword shalt thou live. Down the sword is any weaponry, but the modern day sword is a gun. So, throughout history, the so-called white man has killed nations with his gun, his weapons, to get their land and steal their land and their resources, which he has done. He's still doing it today, you know. And shalt serve thy brother, and that shall come to pass when thou have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off the neck. So, because back then, I'm going to 2 Kings 8 and 20 real quick. This is 2 Kings 8 and 20. Says, in the days Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah and made kingdom. So we had Esau in slavery at one point, and the king, when it was kings back then. So that was saying that you shall break the enemy, Esau shall break his yoke off our neck. Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing where his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, and then will I slay my brother Jacob. So he he said his father was, about to die. So he said after his father will die, he said he will slay Jacob, which is still they're doing today. The perpetual hate is still there. They're still killing us in the street because they hate us, because we got the blessing what's to come, which is the kingdom. And we're going to rule for eternity, forever, And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she went and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, behold, your brother Esau is touching your knee. Do come to him, proposing to kill you. So Rebekah told Jacob that, Esau was trying to kill you, because you stole his birthright. Well, Esau really didn't steal it, but Esau sold it to him in the first place. So you just see how these devils is. They'll do something for you, then they'll turn back on their word, and that's just the characteristics of the white man, So, that was just the origins of the so-called white man and Jacob, our forefathers, which our forefathers are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham was given a promise, So, and the son of the wicked, which is the so-called white man, Esau. So Lord willing, this was edifying. With that, I'm gonna end this, video saying, giving all praises to the Most High. Double honors for the apostle of Great Millstone. With that, I'm gonna say Shalom.